Hello, everyone. This is Eric from Etiquette, back for another Sunday night live stream. Sunday night for me. I don't know where you're from, so please put it in the comments down below. If you've got any questions about teaching, please feel free to ask. Put it in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer it. Whatever you put in there. My name is Eric, and I run the Etiquette channel for teachers, for English teachers, and I also run the what is it called? The Best English Learning channel on YouTube. That one's a little bit smaller. I'm streaming on Facebook and the two channels on YouTube. And yeah, I usually do this every week. So welcome if you're new here. Yeah, let's see what's going on. It's a Sunday night. I've after a busy month, I've decided this weekend just to stay at home and edit a video. I'm probably 90% done with it. It's all about how to teach grammar with some tips and some activities that I'll put out perhaps in 2 weeks. This week I'm putting out a video about teacher motivation. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Faiz, hi, greetings from Syria. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing the video about grammar. Yeah, guys, by the way, just if you've got a question, please feel free to ask. I'll yeah, so I'm doing that video, and then I've actually shot a course on how to teach English online, but I still need to shoot a couple more videos where I'm looking at the best websites for English teachers to use in their classroom. And I've shot most of the videos for that, but I still need to do the last few, and then I'll start editing. Okay, Cherry. Hi, Cherry. I want to ask how to improve students about speaking. Okay, so the most important thing is to get them speaking, and that can be difficult, especially if they're lower levels and if they don't have the motivation. So first of all, you have to create a classroom atmosphere where students are encouraged to talk, that it's a fun place to talk. The second thing you want to cover topics that they find interesting and also at a level that they understand. You also want to do it progressively. You don't want to start with giving them difficult sentences. So as soon as they walk into the class, you're going to ask them some simple questions. What's your favorite color? What did you do today? Did you eat lunch? What are you doing tomorrow? Things like that. Just to whatever their level is, you start at a very simple way just to get them comfortable in class. Then, yeah, you're going to want to give them examples of what you want to do. So let's say you want to practice something specific in teaching or specific grammar. You're going to give them example sentences. You're going to also use it in context. So if you use real life examples, the students are more likely to want to learn it. If you give them sentences they'll never be able to use, they're not going to be able to do that. Sorry, guys, by the way, my my old light doesn't work. My ring light, it goes off and on. Oh, I've had so much trouble with it. Okay, yeah, back to the sentence. So you're going to want to give them real world examples of whatever grammar you want. And then to make it easy, if you've got flashcards or just use if you've got a projector or screen. If you don't have that, use flashcards or write on the board, or if you've got a workbook to work from, let the students answer questions. So let's say there's a sentence, she plays with her dog, then and you want to practice the past tense. Go through the class and make sure students get a chance to answer it. So you start with the simple questions. Each student gets an example to practice, and this means that it's structured and you can correct them. You want them to, after that, once all the students are used to speaking and they're ready for that, you want them to practice with a partner or in a group where they can create their own. So, so first you're going to present the students what the grammar is, what you want them to talk about. Then you're going to do some practice where you practice with them and you can correct them. And then you want them to create their own with a partner. So let's say it's past tense. You practice past tense sentences, questions, negatives. Then you let them do some example sentences, and then you're going to show them a dialogue and say, okay, this is what I want you to do. This is a dialogue asking about the past tense. After they practice that with a partner, you're going to ask them to create their own based on their experiences. So that's going to build the students' confidence, and they're going to be more comfortable. So I'm just going to put off that heater. It's not that cold yet, but I just want it to be cozy for us. Yeah. So and then they're going to want to create their own. So when it comes to speaking or any of the skills, you've got to build the base and get them comfortable with it. Give them examples. You want them to be confident in their language skills, and then practice it to get more. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure I can talk a little bit more about it, but let's go through this. Haneen, hi there. Jeremiah from Iran, hi. I wanted to ask the balance between following the curriculum and applicating that the natural process. Good question, Haneen. I think it's very important for teachers to go along with the curriculum, to have a plan, but naturally, because that's going to keep you focused, and that's going to have you give you these goals that you need to achieve with the students. The natural process, I think you should have some time for that to develop. So whatever you're doing in your curriculum, have enough time. Perhaps a couple of extra minutes during the lesson, or an extra class if you have. I don't think most teachers have an extra class, but I think follow the curriculum, but you want to add interesting things for your students to learn too, because learning is, the mind is like an organism and has to grow spontaneously. So have these goals that you want your students to meet, but as new things come up, like a lot of times while you're teaching, you might notice that a few of your students make the same error, and then you're going to say, stop, let's try something out, let's try and fix this first, because it's a very common mistake, and that's fine. That's something that you can't account for or prepare for, so then you have to follow the natural process. But if we didn't have a curriculum, we would stagnate and we would move too slowly. So we've got to keep on going. So that's why it's important. I hope that helped. Hem, hi. Tamina, hello. Guys, tell me where you're from. Costa, how are you doing? So nice to see you. The curriculum in Jordan focuses too much on grammar. I need my students to learn the language as naturally as possible. Sure. Yeah. I think with the grammar, just make sure that you allow for them to use whatever grammar they're learning in a natural way, for them to practice it where it's useful for them, because no one's just going to remember the grammar by itself unless you practice it in situations, in role plays, in conversations, or if you're doing writing or listening or reading. So you want to, whatever grammar you're teaching them, make sure that they're practicing it as well. Cherry soon, no problem. Nada, hi from KSA. Najiba, how to make grammatical lessons easy to understand for students? Yeah, just start from an easy way. So you are the best equipped to understand where your students are, and you want to make sure that everybody understands from the start, because make it easier. So whatever you're teaching them, teach it to them in a simple way that they can understand, and in a way that they can practically use. So in every lesson that you're going to teach the grammar, 99% of the lessons you're going to teach with the grammar, you're going to want to have some goals for the students to practically use whatever you're teaching them. I think that's very important. So yeah, just make sure that you're teaching them in a simple way. Make sure that everybody understands. Give them enough examples. Give them a chance to practice, and make it real for them. Mr. Faiz, dear teacher, can you make a video about the improper use of technology in class? I have a class of 11 grade. Oh, that's interesting. That have ebooks instead of books. They are always playing games instead of learning. Oh, that's a big problem. I can see that happening. I can see that happening. I think, you know, it's going to be more common in the future. Um, so it's not just about the improper use. I think we've got to keep our students focused when we have them. And let's say it can be in a normal class too, where the students, let's say the students, there's a new toy that came out, you know, when the fidget spinners came out, everybody was playing that. Or there's a new trend and all the kids are just focused on that. So, what I think is very important in online classes or in class, if the students are using ebooks or whatever it might be, you want to keep the students accountable. So while you're teaching the lesson, you should constantly be checking in on the students. Call them out by name. When you ask a question, just say, "Oh, can anyone help me with this?" Say, "Johnny, can you do number one? Number two? Okay, number two, what he just answered. Sally, can you give me the negative? What is another word that we can use instead of this?" So you've got to constantly keep the students on their toes. And you know, sometimes I'm guilty of it too. I was in class. What was it last week? And I'm pretty good about it, you know, keeping asking all the students questions. But there was a girl on her phone, and I don't mind it if the students just check for a second, but she was on there for, or if they use it for work. You can see when the students are making notes and they're paying attention. You know it immediately. But she was on her phone, and I thought, okay, well, maybe she's busy with something. And then that moment turned into like a minute or something. And for the first time in a while, I you know, obviously you address it. You're like, uh, Betty, Betty, that phone off, please. Focus on me if you're not going to use it. So, guys, I think the one skill we should never lose as teachers is to to mom our kids, to tell them, listen, you've got to, you know, just to complain and no, what is it called? It's not complaining, it's not moaning, but it's like nagging them. You know, we should never lose the skill of the nag. It's like preaching to our students, listen guys, you've got to focus. These ebooks, I know you want to play, but that moment on your game that you can just lose yourself is going to lose focus from this lesson, and you're going to be behind the other students. You're going to not understand something, and in the future it's very important. So you've got to constantly be nagging your kids. You know, I think that's very important. What should we do if the students don't do the activity? Well, you've got to have your punishments, you know. So obviously, it depends what the reason is. It could be that they're lazy. It could be that if they say they don't understand it, it's too difficult. Make sure, you know, when you do an activity, so the activity is being done in class and you're going around and then you're not doing it. You want to make sure all the students know exactly what to do and what an example is of what you want, and you want to set them to work. So you want to give them explain exactly what the activity is. You want to make sure that the students understand. You can do that by asking them to repeat what the steps are or what they have to do, and give them a time window to complete it in. If they're not working, if they're not doing it, then you've got, first you give them a warning, and then you know, you're going to sit in with them to make sure that they finish it. So it's probably just a small group of individuals, or like one or two groups that might not do the activity well, but it's not going to be the entire class. If you explain it well, you give examples, and you set them to work, it's not going to be everyone. So if there are groups that are slow, or they don't want to work, or they're messing about, you want to get into their zone, into proximity to them. You're going to want to ask them, listen guys, do you misunderstand something? Is there something that you need help with? Why aren't you starting with this? So you're not going to, by the way, when you talk to your students, you don't have to use statements. You just ask questions all the time. It's like, why aren't you working? Why are you playing? Why aren't I hearing anything? How much time do you think you have left? You know, so you've got to do these things to get the students into that. Fully fledged tables they can have downloaded. Yeah. So we've got to find other ways to keep them focused, Faiz. Manuel, hi. Sorry for being late. You know, if the push comes to shove, always there's someone who bails you out. Manuel, it's a pleasure to have you. I like that. Push comes to shove. I like that. I always had I think it was a teacher that used to say that a lot. Sharif, I want to be fluent in speaking, practice, and also be focused in what you want to do. So, if you want to be fluent in speaking, find someone to practice with. Go online, find someone to speak with. Um, and whatever you're learning, I think if you're learning from books, if you're learning from TikTok videos or from Instagram reels or online from online from YouTube videos, whatever you're learning from, you need to start applying it in the right way, and you need to start practicing with someone. And practice is good, but focused practice is better, where you have a goal at the end of each practice. I think the best way, if you have a little bit of money, get an online a tutor that you can practice with. They're going to push you to be better. But yeah, if you can't afford a tutor, find someone to practice with. If you're alone, find someone to copy and then just speak out loud. But your speaking will never improve unless you practice it more and more. Oh, my dad's here. Hello. They're in my hometown at Tenerife. I always hope I say it right, but I would like a cup of coffee. Yeah, I would love to give you a cup of coffee. Recently, I've been drinking too much coffee. Actually, guys, I've been really bad this weekend. No, I haven't been bad, but I just stayed inside the whole weekend to edit, and so yesterday I made my own food, ate too much, and then today I just ordered food. So I haven't left this apartment for 2 days. Don't tell anyone; it's a secret. But yeah, I've been editing not as well as I can. I don't actually. So I like working in a study cafe. I don't like this chair; it's very uncomfortable. So I can focus as well. But finishing up the video. And next week I'll go to a study cafe and continue editing. Farhad, hello, and my dad again. Uh, Nejla, hi from Tunisia. What if you could make an effort so as to recording a video? 20 ways how people walk, speak, see. Huh. How people walk, speak, and see. So I'm guessing it's showing how what something about you know verbs, action verbs. Mm, I could, for the smaller channel, do something on all the action verbs. I've seen videos do really well where you've got someone actually do the actions for all these things. I could do something like that. But actually, for me, these days, I'm just going to shoot from my webcam and just make more educational videos. In the past, I would try and experiment with new styles, like taking my phone and taking videos, or trying different things. But I'm kind of comfortable doing it this way. Alfonso, hi, how are you doing? Hindar or Mandi, Nalja. Iran or Iraq? I can't. Oh, I think you said earlier him. Where is that? No, you didn't say where you're from. So it's either Iran, I think, or Iraq. There we go, Iraq. Okay, Alfonso from the Philippines. Good to see you again, Alfonso. I still have many friends in the Philippines. I would love to go and visit again. From Egypt, hi Sharif. Hanin in Spain, it's the same. Grammar, 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 and more grammar. Yeah, I did a video on the grammar translation method. That's very important. This video that I'm putting out in 2 weeks' time is that I'm busy editing this weekend. Is all about how to teach grammar. So it's some grammar activities, some grammar teaching tips. I think it's okay. Spending too much time making it, so we'll see if it does okay. Berin, hello from Kosovo. Welcome, Berin. Volker, what are the best games? Well, okay, guys, let me find my best games video. Actually, I've found some new games that I want to, that I haven't made videos. Is everyone there? Thought I just let's see. I'm going to share with you. I made a very long video of 300 games. Let's see if I can find it. 300 easy classroom games. It's 4 hours long. copy, and I'm going to put it in the comments. I'll put it in the comments. This is 300 classroom games that you could check out. But I think I'll make some more videos. It depends what you want. I've got lots of videos based on other things too. I think the signal is really bad. It's probably something wrong with my Wi-Fi. I might have to plug it into the computer itself. Okay, wow, where are we? Yeah, so Volker, I just put this in the comments below. It's a video with 300 classroom games. But if you want specific games, I think I've covered every single, like speaking, listening, reading, writing. The most recent one that I'm working on, I already shot the video, but I need to edit it, is pronunciation games that I think might be interesting. I also need to do videos about, teaching IPA, the phonetics. I might actually make a course on how to teach phonetics for younger learners that I think will be really useful. It's just I don't have a lot of time these days. Sometimes teacher could cut to the chase and give students to act their own way. Sure. Sometimes I like to tell the students, to be more direct with the students and give them more freedom to do what they want. Tamina, I'm from Pakistan. I would thank you if you could elaborate how we can creative writing skills that we should teach them to write different paragraphs, or just, yeah, you're going to want to start from the basics. I think with younger kids, you need to give them some visual aids or flashcards or things. So, you're not just going to tell them write a sentence, right? So first you're going to want to train them. Let's say you show them a flashcard of a boy kicking a ball. Oh, such a boring example. Then you're going to ask the students, okay, well, guys, write a sentence for me. What do you see here? And then you write it on. Subject, the boy, what is he doing? Kicks the ball. And then you can ask them to elaborate. What can you tell me about the boy? The boy is tall. The tall boy kicks the red. What color is the ball? The red ball. And then you might want to do some fun. You can do fun activities. All you need are some, you need some flashcards, or some. You can use photos or pictures that you put up. And then from there, you can give them, if you want them to do some creative writing about their own lives. You asked if it's a paragraph, or if it's like different paragraphs, or just one. So first you start off with the sentences, and then you want them to create maybe a story. So then you add a second paragraph, of a bird stealing the ball. And then you say, oh, and then what happened then? So then they make paragraphs. I think we're in a very unique, it's a unique situation where we can, teach them step by step how to write. And you should also give them examples. Like I said before, when we were talking about speaking, is you have to, practice. You have to practice. You have to give them examples, and or just write different paragraphs. So let them write sentences, then a paragraph, and then you can explain that each paragraph, should have a different idea or something happening, and then you can add paragraphs to that. And you can do it with, I think, 8th grade. You can do small letters. So let's say once they can write one paragraph, show them an example of writing a letter to their mom. So then you say, dear mom, and then in the first one you're going to say, what are you happy about? So you can say, oh, I'm happy about the food you make, because it makes me happy and it's very tasty. So you can give an example. And the next one, you can talk about what you like to do at school. I like math. My teacher is very kind. So you give them these examples, and it's okay. It's not okay if they copy completely, but you could ask them to change some things and give them some examples. So instead of a kind teacher, strong, beautiful, handsome, smart, so you can give them some things to copy. So you lead them step by step through these exercises. And then, what's beautiful about something that's formal writing like this is they can take it they can take it to their parents and use it. And then with the creative writing, same thing. You're going to lead them through the process of writing a story. So you can say, let's say they write about their daily schedule or something like that. You're going to say, well, if you write a story, where are you going to start? Are you going to start, oh, I'm at school? No, you wake up first. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat, I drink tea, I go to school. Okay. And so you can, it depends on yourself, but I think being 8 years old is quite young. So you want to keep it basic. I hope these give some ideas. My English, not bad, but I can speak. But hard, you have to practice. I think I'm happy that you're confident because you're saying, Eric, my English is not bad, but I'm struggling to speak. And sorry if I'm speaking very fast. I just get excited when I see you guys. So, first of all, you are confident in your English, but you're not confident in your speaking, which means you should practice your speaking. Find someone to talk to and practice. Pick a topic that you're interested in. Write down some vocabulary that you want to use or some expressions, and then go and use it out loud. I hope that helps. Ebooks is a powerful weapon for learning English if you're a way of learning it, if you attend classes, because it could be boring. Yeah, Manuel, I feel like sometimes it's difficult for me to read ebooks because it has to be a topic I'm very interested in, but I do like audiobooks. So I like getting those audiobooks. Nice. They are lazy. The students, yeah, no, we've got to keep them accountable then. Students can be lazy, but they still have to have results. And that's why we should, we as teachers, we can motivate them by giving fun activities and by starting their activities with them. And then also giving them a time limit so that they don't have time to be lazy. The only reason they are lazy is because we allow them to be lazy. Those are fighting words, I know. But I think we can do it. I have psycho problems, okay. Butaina. You mean that you've got psycho students or you've got like some mental problems? So I suffer from managing my class even though I have 15 years. So it depends. Either you have some very bad students in your class or you yourself feel like you don't have the mental skills to do it. I think after 15 years, you should believe in yourself after 15 years, there will always be difficult classes that every teacher struggles with. But after 15 years, you've got to start believing in yourself. You've got a lot of experience. You've done a lot of good things. Most teachers quit after 2 years. So you're at 15 years. You should give yourself more credit, and I think you're overthinking it, So I think it might be a confidence problem where actually you might be doing far better than you think you are. So you're thinking, oh, I can't manage my classroom. It's not going well. Well, in your class, maybe you feel like it's not going well. Imagine in another teacher's class, it might be worse. I'm not saying that's how it is, but it's possible. Ramesh, hi from India. Thank you. Edine, what should we do if the teacher, we don't understand English, speak in our language? No. I think this happens when the students have been given so much freedom that they don't have to do it anymore. So first of all, you have to keep it very simple, and you can also you can structure it for them. You can use some scaffolding, write some of the expressions and common words that you use in class on the board, and while you use it, point to those words, but keep it very basic. I think the thing is, when students, if it's really difficult for them, it means that it's a giant leap from their ability to what they are able to do. So if they are telling the truth, it means that it's a giant leap for them. That means you have to simplify your language, the English that you use. And I find this all the time when I see people, other teachers, use speaking too fast, like I'm doing now. I don't do this in my classes. Speaking too fast or using difficult language. So you want to slow down, speak loud and clearly, and explain and use some gesturing to get the message across. Yeah, so use simple basic language, gesture, scaffold the learning by providing them with some of the vocabulary. The excuse that they are too young or their English isn't good enough, there are teachers that are able to teach kindergartners with zero language. I see it all the time. Really good teachers don't necessarily need, the students don't need to understand everything, but they should understand what to do. So your instructions and when you explain things have to be in a simple language that they understand. And then you can encourage them to use the simple language to improve their English. I think that's very important. Hi, what should you do? Okay, got it. Privet, Alina. What a lovely name. I think my reading is getting better, or it's just perhaps a name or Privet I've said before. Manial, let me give the golden opportunity telling you several caveats. We need to turn the table. What if we try songs? Yeah, that's something. You can use songs for the students to learn. Especially if they're stuttering or limping, to use some of these words. Yeah. Heidi, hello. Volker, this I know. I can't manage my class. What should I do? Butina. Yeah, you should have basic rules. You should have not a schedule, but you should have a plan for your classes, a way the students should enter, a first activity, how to transition from activity to activity. You should have the students should be held accountable for their behavior and their actions. But I think it's up to you to create an environment where learning is necessary and the students have to respect your time. So you have to have a structure in your classroom that the students can follow. Because without that structure, they're going to try and rule themselves. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, sometimes genius. They're going to try and rule themselves. If there is no teacher giving them structure and putting boundaries up, saying, okay, guys, this is what I expect. This is what we expect you to do. These are the things that you're not allowed to do. And if you break the rules, first I'm going to warn you, and then you're going to get punished. Or you're going to talk to the students, the individual students that are acting out. But it sounds like you're not controlling the class. So it's not just an individual problem. The individuals with the strong personalities might be running your class, but the rest of the students aren't doing anything because there isn't any structure. So I want you to start thinking now, if you've got your lesson plan, in the ideal world, how do you see your students come in? How do you see them immediately get to work? How do you see yourself teach in a way that the students are able to follow and they're interested in? How do you see yourself giving the students instructions, them understanding and doing the activities? What kind of activities do you think the students will find engaging so that they're actually committed to the work and trying their best? You've got to consider, and then, at the end of the class, how are you going to leave them when it's peaceful and kind? So peaceful, and they feel like they've accomplished something, they've learned something. So you've got to try and imagine what you see as your perfect classroom, and then you want to deconstruct it. And what do we call it? You want to build that idea up. Reconstruct. What is it called? Somebody help me. Deconstruct. No, not deconstruct. But you want to work backwards to make that a reality. You want those types of classes, and make it a small fun challenge for yourself. that ideal class, that ideal idea that you have of what a class should be like. Um, See how close you get each time. Say, okay, this class, oh, it wasn't good. You know, I got frustrated. I will give myself like a 50%. What can I do to improve? The thing is, we as teachers often, if we're in these difficult classes, we are very tough on ourselves. We say, oh, listen, um, this class is horrible. They're noisy. People from outside are gonna judge me. The students aren't learning anything. I'm a horrible teacher. I feel bad. When we should just gamify teaching. We should just say, okay, how close did I get? What strategies can I use to engage the students? Oh, this student acted out and they almost got into a fight. How can I de-escalate them? How can I, before that even happens, how can I get them to work? Maybe I can change the layout of my class. Maybe I can put some rules into place that can help that. And also, just a warning: when you think of your ideal class, don't think of oh, the students come in and they're quiet and they listen to me speak and they look up at me with puppy dog eyes and take in every word that I want to. That's not the reality. You should think, oh, what kind of activities or what topics will the students find interesting? Or this curriculum that I have to teach, how can I do it in a way where the students find it interesting? And then how can I give them activities where they actually feel, wow, this is kind of fun, I want to do this. And then when they're finished with their work, they should, or when they do their activities or they practice a conversation with a partner, then you want to pick the students to actually perform. And I think this is a place where many teachers get it wrong. Maybe they start their classes fine, they teach the material. While they're teaching the material, they're asking students to answer the questions, and then they all the students get a chance to practice, and you fix some of the things. You ask them interesting questions. You teach them, maybe if you see like an interesting word, you can give the etymology of the word, the meaning of the word, or something interesting about it. You can tell them a story from your life using whatever you're teaching them to get the students invested. And then once they're invested and they do those activities, you need to get feedback. You need to give them feedback, and you also have to allow them to show off in class. Because if students know they aren't held accountable, no one's going to see them practice, they're just going to play games and then, oh, the activity's finished, let's carry on. No, for every activity that you do with the students, there should be some students that have to do it out loud, put some social pressure on the students to perform, and I saw someone putting a quote in there where they said that, if you put pressure on students and they're shy, it's very mean to them and it's going to hurt their confidence. No, they had a chance to practice, and you're going to walk around the classroom. You're going to check in with the students while they're busy, and then once they have to do it out loud, then you can help them if need be. What's very important is, I'm just talking about like the point of view for students to be speaking, but it could also be for writing or listening or reading. They have to give some kind of response out in class. It's just something I'm thinking about. Anyway, sorry guys, I've just been talking about something. Where were we? Oh, oh, him! You just made my day. What did someone tell me? I look like someone. I was so surprised. People usually say like Matt Damon, or somebody said someone very weird the other day, and I was very sad. But Arnold, sure, Arnold is cool. My fitness routine. I've actually been really bad recently. So I joined the gym, and I need some kind of cardio activity, especially a group activity, to keep me motivated. Because I go to the gym and I've got like this routine of where I exercise, I do pull-ups and sit-ups. So usually I start right here and I stretch, and I do some push-ups and sit-ups, and then I go to the gym. But I go a bit late. The gym is about 10, 15 minutes away. I get to the gym, then I get there a bit late. And then for 20 minutes, I pump some iron, do some pull-ups and things. And then I should be doing it for at least 30 minutes or 40 minutes, but that's okay. 20 minutes, fine. And then after that, I do aerobics. Yeah. Um, it's really fun. It's very difficult. It gets you sweating. It's an hour long, or it's 50. No, it's not an hour long. It's 50 minutes long. And I feel like if you can move around for at least 30 minutes in like at like a good pace, then you're going to sweat and it's good for your heart. I do it for 50 minutes, but the thing is, I'm not very good. All the other ladies have done it for years and I'm very slow. So I probably go at like 40 or 50% because I don't do the movements right. So I'm doing aerobics now that I really enjoy, but I guess Zumba can work. I used to do kickboxing, which was good. I want to go back to kickboxing. I like to do like aerobics for one semester and then I do kickboxing, but kickboxing hurts some of my joints, so that's kind of difficult. Yeah, and that's what I do. And then I walk to school and back. But the problem is, I eat a lot. I eat way too much, especially junk food. Junk food. So I need to fix that. Manuel, let me give you a golden opportunity to say, if you try to teach with songs sometimes, also to break the ice with students, say students how they would like to take the class. I think that's a really nice idea, Manuel. Songs are great to use. I put out a PPT with Last Man Standing, which is like a song game. You can use songs to teach, for different things. You can use it for grammar, for some interesting things just to talk about. So, for example, in Korea, that APT song is so popular. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? I hope I don't get copyright struck just because I used the song and I sounded so much like Bruno Mars or Rosie when I sang that. But yeah, so you use that in your classroom to teach them something interesting, but you do it in English. So that could be good. And nobody laughed at my singing. I didn't even try. Hi, F. I know it could be when you realize, yeah, that's difficult when the students don't focus. I do picture composition. I give them a story starter. Brilliant. Love it. Yeah, they're in a habit. Okay, perfect. What was I talking about? They are in the habit of writing picture stories. Continuously, I asked them sensory details. Perfect. Temina, I love that. I should have read your answer and just copied it and just said exactly what you said. Shyness and fluency in speaking is a challenge. Yes. I think we shouldn't overdo it when someone is shy or when they're nervous to speak, but we should build them up to do that. Thank you so much. The way you're answering every person. Oh, well, thank you so much, Tamina. Thank you, Farhad. Ilim, I've always taught how to teach young learners, yet I don't feel enough for working with adult learners. Any tips? Okay. Teachers adults teaching adults are way easier than teaching kids. I mean, adults that you don't have to worry about about behavior. You don't have to worry about motivation because they're studying with you for that. And their brains are already developed. They can think for themselves. No, adults are way easier. I made 2 videos about how to teach adults and 10 activities for adults. I'm going to share this video with you. It's called How to Teach Adults. How to Teach Adults. Okay. I'm going to share this with you. And then, before I get to the other things, guys, I want to ask you a favor. On the Best English Learning channel, I'm going to share a video with you. This is a video I made on, what is it? 1,000 1,000 English questions and answers. This video is 6.5 hours long. It's a video I shot many years ago, so the audio quality isn't that good. But it's basically before AI, before anything else, I wrote down 1,000 questions, and I split it up with 50 topics. So each topic has 20 questions. And for one summer, I think 3 years ago, I tried to read the questions and just give an automatic answer. And I made these videos, these 50 topics, and I put them all together to create 1,000 English questions and answers. Now, I want to ask you for a favor, if possible. I'm going to post this video down in the comments. But if you can watch it, even watch it, put it on silence and let it play the whole time. Because on the second channel, I need some more watch time, and I think this could really help. So I'm going to put this in the comments below, if possible. Please just put it on in the background, let it play through. It's 6.5 hours. I don't expect you to watch the whole thing, but I would appreciate it if you just let it play through. If you ever had time, put it on silent or something and just let it play in the background. I would really appreciate that. I know it's a bit of cheating, and don't tell anyone. But yeah, I think it's kind of fun to do something like that. And Ilim, I put the video for how to teach adults in the comments down below. Check it out. I think that will give you some good things. Adnan, thank you. Elim, by the way, my nickname is hard, so you can call me Sam. Okay, hi Sam. Galina, long time no see. How are you doing? Sorry, it's 12 minutes ago. I'm too slow reading this. I have missed the beginning of the stream today. I also have a question. Eric, how do you teach you memorize prepositions? Prepositions are fun. I think, you can, obviously you're going to go through all the different prepositions for using the prepositions, give them examples, use it in sentences, and then you want the students to create their own sentences. So let's say you put the students in pairs or in groups, and they've got to create their own sentences. And then you can do fun activities like write down prepositions, turn them upside down, or if when a student picks it up, they have to create a sentence with it. So here's a game. I just thought it out. Tell each group, put them in groups of 4, and tell each group that give them like in, at, on, under, inside, whatever it is. They have to write down a few sentences and then tear it out with those sentences. Take those sentences, give them to another group, or switch the sentences they have. Now they have to, each student picks up one of the sentences. They've got to act it out, and the other students have to guess what it is. Or something like that. That could be fun. So yes, you want to practice with the students. You want to give them examples, and then you want these fun activities where they can practice these. And then finally, you want them to write something. So you can say, if it's a writing task that you want to do, say, I want you to write a story about coming to school, your commute to school, but I want you to use 10 prepositions. If it's a speaking activity, tell them same thing. You want to I want you to tell your partner about what is in your room, and I want you to use 5 prepositions. And then the students can do something like that. So have some just like that, practice, game, and then something practical they can do. Galina, so nice to see you. Costa, thank you for the piece of advice. Our ideal class would be, I just thought of that. That was kind of cool. First and foremost, not all the people have the skills, the abilities for being a teacher. Depends on your own character, voice, shy. Good voice is key. Yeah, I think a lot of us, I think it's a problem with confidence, but we can, I believe we can do these things, but it also depends on your situation. I'm very sure of it. Phoebe, should it be appropriate to have a game when you teach senior? Yes, have games, but you don't want to make a big mistake a lot of teachers make is the whole class is a game. No, the students say they enjoy that, but no, they don't. They need to deserve the game. So I start off with a fun game, usually an icebreaker. Then I teach. Then I ask them for we do examples and practice together so that they understand, and I can show them some of the common mistakes that they make. And then we do a fun activity or we play a game. But after that, it's very important for them to use it in a way that is used in context where it's useful for them. So it could be a role play, a dialogue. It could be a conversation. Conversation, dialogue, same thing. But yeah, it should be some worthwhile activity that they can practice what they've been teaching. We've got some Korean here. Hey, duh. Oh, why is all the Korean like I can't read it? It's difficult. Oh, you were typing out good morning on it. Melody, why are you saying good morning if it's in Korean? It's 10 p.m. here almost. Oh, there's a problem with my signal. Sorry, everyone. Next time, I think I need to. This Wi-Fi should go. I'll plug it into the computer. Gyeongsuk, how are you doing? Lovely to see you. Heidi from Syria. Oh, weightlifting, nice. You are Thor? No, I'm not Thor. You should play English games during your streams. Should I? Which game should I play? I'll think about it. I just like chatting for now. Hello, watching from the. What are the best? Oh, I think I did some videos on it. When a child's misbehaving, tell them the rules, tell them the consequences. If they continue doing that, give them a warning. If they're in a group, you want to afterwards speak to them alone, one-on-one, away from the group. And yeah, if it want to take it up. Sorry, guys, the signal is so bad. You want to take it up with the principal or call in their parents and have some measures. You did the APT game with them. Really fun. I think it's so it's such an earworm. It gets stuck in your head. And they've got the really fun game. So interesting. Tiana, hi. Maniel as well. Hello, everyone from Azerbaijan. Thank you. I hope that Melody, how can a teachers effectively regulate classroom behavior, assist students with ADHD who struggle to focus on lessons? Yeah, so the students who have difficulty doing that. So usually you have like a, what is it called? Education plan. What is it called? An IEP, individual educational plan, or individual behavior plan, where the students each class they should write down what they've been doing and keeps them on track. I think with the students you should try and find out what works. Is it for them to focus, to have shorter time to work on things? What activities suit them? Who can they work with? Should they work apart from the students? Can you put them in a group if it's possible? So specific students like that have big problems, you need to be mindful of it, but you should always try to create a plan for how to solve it, and work with other teachers too for the students. So if they have ADHD, when do they struggle and do they need to take breaks? But be mindful of it, and the students too. They need to learn somehow, and having ADHD shouldn't be just an automatic pass for doing whatever you want to or not studying. Okay, so very important for that. But make a plan, and then if possible use activities or differentiate the learning, scaffold it, make it easier for them to understand before doing that. My dad's laughing for some reason. Hi from Azerbaijan. Nipa. And is that Arifa? Arifa? Sati Zoba. Oh, my reading is still so bad. Is that okay? Teach phonics using chants? Yeah. I can't give you a phonics chant now, but it's very popular, especially when the kids come in. they're going to first learn the characters, and then they're going to use the characters in chants. Chants are amazing. So there are lots of YouTube channels just for chants for phonics. So first they're going to learn the characters, and you can use chants for them to learn. In the chants, they're going to have vocabulary with the phonics that they can use, and it's so fun for kids. And then you're going to start pairing them up, and you're going to make it more difficult. But chants are an important way of using it. Um, what are some phonics chants? Ant, pant. There are ants in my pants. This is just something coming up now. Okay, how much time do I have left? Oh man, the signal's so bad. All of a sudden. World of Cali, have you had experience creating a cohesive curriculum? I really wanted to do so for my teen classes. For example, we did inspirations and then going to Jane Goodall and leading into. I think one of my biggest regrets is that all the curriculi or the lesson plans that I had, often, I would just do it for a year, or I would move, or I wouldn't save it as clear as I should have. But if you kept all your plans, or you created a curriculum, keep it and always build on it. I will always regret losing all of the ideas and the lessons that I've done before, the resources that I've used. I'm in the process of creating a curriculum. Well, not a curriculum, but basically I want to create 100 grammar lessons. So it goes from beginner up to intermediate, to higher intermediate, where it's 100 grammar lessons showing how to teach each grammar with activities, with resources. So that's something I want to work on. But right now I have to finish this course and some other videos first. But I would love to do that. Lily, why is it so slow? Lily, a video about reading activities. This is one of my older videos, but I think it's really good. Sorry, guys, it's so bad. Why? Okay. Yeah, let me find this for you. This is my video on reading activities, and I think it's really useful. It gives you 50 activities, but it also talks about how to teach reading in a fun way, which I think is kind of cool. Okay, Manuel, why are you so slow? Galina hit the nail right on the head. Prepositions, after verb, adverb, adjective, phrase, or verbs. It could be a madhouse, definitely. I love the expressions you're using, Manuel. Thank you so much. Sathya, Eric, this is Indu from Tamil Nadu. Your videos are excellent, especially the useful for online. I'm following the guidance. Excellent. Actually, Satya, I'm busy. I've shot like a whole course on how to teach online, and I'm going to be putting out videos on the YouTube channel too, as well as the course. I think it's taking a lot of the ideas I have to another level and explaining it a bit better. Oh, you're in Canada. I remember, Melody. Good joke, Adventures of Melody. Okay, Teddy, how far am I? I've got 2 minutes left. Let's see. Thanks for your stream, but yeah, sorry guys. Next time I'm going to plug it into the computer so that it just works better. IP, thank you. Hi, writing paragraphs. I think we spoke about it earlier. You can just check earlier in the stream. Jaina. What does a teacher inquiry mean? People keep on saying those words. I don't know. A teacher inquiry. It's usually when you inquire. A teacher inquiry. What? Inquiry means to find out. What does it mean? I don't know. So teacher inquiry. I feel like I should know. Teacher inquiry. Let's ask. Because I feel like it could be into the teacher or into the student. Okay. I got it. So teacher inquiry is basically. Ooh, sorry, guys. I just kicked over the light. A teacher inquiry is where you reflect on your own practices. So you look at what your class is like, the activities, the work that you've been going through. So you identify questions or challenges in your teaching, and then you collect data to see how you're doing in class. So yeah, it's basically you looking into your own practice as a teacher. Where we can practice. Yeah, well, I think there are some apps that you can use. Otherwise, you have to find someone online. Uh, yes, the teacher that is in control should have a sub guide for the substitute. So if you are a teacher, you should have a lesson prepared for your student, or if you have a sick day for the teacher that takes over, or if you know that you're going to be off for the day, you should prepare something with them with information about that. No, it falls onto the teacher to prepare for the sub. For the links, I hope they're useful. Thank you, Manuel. Carolina, how do you deal with fossilized mistakes? So, is what, like old mistakes, fossilized mistakes? I think those are very. Let's see. Okay. Errors in language that use become deeply ingrained. Ooh, okay. Wow, that's a great question, Carolina. Okay. So it's fossilized mistakes are errors in language that have become deeply ingrained and habitual in a language learner's speech or writing. Wow, that's a fantastic question. Carolina, I'm going to write this down. I think that I'll make a better answer about it in the future, because this is very important, because most of our students have fossilized mistakes. Okay, everyone, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope it was fun. I had a great time. I hope you all have a great day, and let's do it again next week. Okay, everyone, have a lovely week. See you next time. Bye bye.